The Overtoun Bridge dog suicides. In 1994, a golden retriever came running across the Overtoun Bridge in Clydebank, Scotland. He stopped for a moment to look down at the water below, and then he jumped. The dog's owner watched in horror as he took his own life by leaping into the river from the bridge. This would be an unusual event, except that it had happened many times before. Between 1988 and 2005, at least 16 dogs were witnessed jumping or falling off the same bridge. But was it suicide, murder, or something else? Let's take a look at the dark history of the haunted Overtoun Bridge. Built in 1836, Overtoun Bridge is a stone arch bridge that crosses over the River Clyde in West Dunbartonshire, Scotland. It connects the areas of Old Kilpatrick and Overtoun. Not far from the bridge is the large Overtoun House, which was once home to some of Scotland's wealthiest families. Now it's used as a nursing home. In the early days, when the house was still being used as a private residence, the bridge was part of a private road that led up to it. Nowadays, the bridge is part of the public highway. But what makes the bridge truly unique are the series of strange events that have taken place here over the years, specifically with the dogs. On February 13, 1988, a white West Highland Terrier was walking across the bridge with its owner, when suddenly the dog ran ahead and jumped off the side. Onlookers could only watch in shock as the dog landed in the water and disappeared beneath the surface. A body was later recovered, but the dog had sadly passed away. This was the first incident that kicked off a string of bizarre events that have made this bridge infamous. Over the next few years, there were more incidents of dogs taking their own lives by jumping off the side of the bridge. All of the dogs seemed to do it at the same spot, and many of them were retrievers. And yet none of them seemed to be in distress or showing any kind of illness prior to their sudden deaths. Because of this, many people started to believe that something supernatural was going on here and that the bridge was cursed. What made matters even stranger was that it was not just the dogs who appeared to be affected by whatever force was at work here. People also experienced strange symptoms after visiting the bridge. One man said that he developed sores all over his body after sitting on a nearby bench. Others have reported experiencing strange illnesses after walking across the bridge. Some people even claimed that they saw the ghosts of dogs on the bridge, running along it and then vanishing. Even more disturbing are the claims that people have been hearing disembodied voices on the bridge. They describe the sound of screams and howls echoing over the structure. And if you listen closely to one audio clip recorded on the bridge, you can hear what sounds like someone whispering your name. Others have heard voices saying things like "beware" or "don't go there." It's unclear whether these are warnings about the bridge itself or the entity that haunts it. As news of the bridge's paranormal activity spread, people started to come from all over Scotland to see it for themselves. It quickly earned the nickname Suicide Bridge, prompting officials to post a sign reminding visitors to keep their dogs leashed. But it didn't stop people from coming, and some were even trying to test their luck. Locals complained that cars were being parked in the area and that people were deliberately letting their dogs run across the bridge in order to see if they would jump. As more and more people tried to figure out what was going on, theories started to emerge. The most popular theory is that there's a mass grave underneath the bridge containing the bodies of animals or maybe even people. This could explain why so many dogs were found dead in the river below. However, local historians say that there's no evidence of a mass grave underneath the bridge and that it was built over a former mill-laid or irrigation channel. Another theory is that the dogs are somehow being driven to the bridge by some kind of electromagnetic force. Dogs have a much stronger sense of smell than humans, and they may have been picking up on something in the air or in the water that was driving them insane. Some people have suggested that the dogs are being lured to the bridge by ghosts or demons, while others believe that there's a curse placed on the bridge that causes dogs to lose their minds. To try to get to the bottom of all of this, a local psychic named Peter MacArthur investigated the bridge. He spent several hours here and even sat overnight in order to detect any paranormal activity. According to him, there is a poltergeist living inside the bridge that's causing all of these disturbances. He said that the spirit is that of a little girl who died in the 19th century when she fell into the river and drowned. But there's another theory that may be even scarier. What if the dogs aren't committing suicide, but murder? This may sound crazy, but hear me out. Many of the dogs were seen behaving strangely right before they jumped. They were running around in circles or making odd noises. Some people believe that the dogs may have been rabid, which could explain why they were acting so erratically. Rabies is a viral disease that affects the central nervous system and can cause aggression, disorientation, and even paralysis. Once a dog has contracted rabies, it's almost certain that they will pass away. Some people believe that the virus may have been to blame for the strange behavior exhibited by the dogs on the bridge. But there's no evidence to support this theory. Some people even believe that the dogs may have been intentionally infected by someone who was trying to cover up their tracks by throwing the bodies into the river. This would explain why so many dogs were found dead in the water, but it's never been proven. So what really happened on the Overtoun Bridge? Unfortunately, we don't have a definitive answer. There have been many theories put forward over the years, but nothing has ever been proven. We don't know if there's a ghost haunting the bridge or if there's a curse placed on it. We don't know if the dogs were being driven mad by something in the environment or if they were rabid. And we don't know if someone was behind the killings. What we do know is that the sightings ended in 2005, and there haven't been any reports of strange dog deaths on the bridge since. Many people believe that the ghost of the little girl was laid to rest, or that whoever was responsible for the deaths finally stopped. Others think that the media attention scared the paranormal entity away, but the truth is, no one knows for sure. What do you think happened on the Overtoun Bridge? Do you believe that there's a ghost living inside it or that something more sinister was going on? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And speaking of sinister things, don't forget that there's a lot more where that came from. Click the link on screen now to watch one of these other videos. And if you want to support the channel even further, consider becoming a member where you can get early access to videos, suggest future topics, and more. Thanks for watching.